Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to my battle bag, my solution for carrying around a few things for, well, from a 6mm American Civil War troops and battles, basically. You might be pushing it to do a larger scale. Maybe 15 you get away with, but this is designed for 6mm. And this is, in its glory, it's an old holdall. It measures 20 inches from side to side, and it's 12 inches from front to back, and it's about 12 inches high. Nothing fancy to it, but it keeps everything I need for a battle. And if I show you what I mean, if I use it, and well, what I'll do is, that was the best way to do it, because you want to see, I want you to be able to see that I'm getting stuff out. I'll tell you what, I'll put the bag on the couch behind. Can you still see it? Oh yeah, you can get it. Right. First thing is good old cigar box battle mat. It's got to be a must, that, for setting up your table. It keeps the contours great. You can put anything underneath it. I usually put soft clothing like scarves, socks, tea towels, anything underneath, and it'll conform to that. You can make the shapes you want for ridges, for hills, ravines. Also, magic piece of kit is that. Next up, just an old box, but a sturdy one. What can you see? Let's get a bit closer now. Is, well, a bag of cotton wool. We need cotton wool to show fire in. I've got, it's difficult to see in this, oh, you can see that outside better. We've got some lichen, you know, some throw down bushes and such. Also in here, I have got some section. Well, let me put them on the table instead of trying to hold them and shaking about, so you can see them. So I've got a couple of bridges and a ford across the stream. So bridge there, and a ford across the stream. So put them to one side. So we're building up our scenery. Then in the rest of the box just consists of about a dozen trees. About a dozen. I'm not going to make a huge American forest out of this, but a dozen trees will serve its purpose and give me what I want to show the lay of the land, etc. So I'll put them back in. Put my box lid back on, put that to one side. Next out of the box is another box, and this one is basically the human infrastructure, what we've got. Well, we did have with the bridges, didn't we? But here, if we're coming closer, you can see I've got some homemade wooden fence in there. We've got dice to both sides. I've got various 6mm buildings, and enough in here to make it certainly a farm or a small town, even the suburbs of a city, really. I've got some stone walls in this section. These are great things. And then various bits and pieces. I've got a church here, a small church. What else have we got? We've got the ubiquitous North American barn. I've got a couple of them in there. I would would say that's probably a colonial style house, you know, with a big chimney stack going up the side. So plenty of scenery, and of course dice. I've got blue and grey dice. So my dice are sorted out, and so is my buildings, my farms, my walls, fences, etc. Next out, it's something else solid. I like to keep things in solid things, so you can't beat a good old Royal Edinburgh shortbread tin. And in here, it's just basically road sections. These are Fat Frank's roads. Put them in like this so that they stay soft. I've got stripes, I've got wiggly bits. I think I've got a couple of, oh, you didn't see any of that, did you? Or did you? You might have done. Yeah. I've got a couple of intersections, and I've got some river sections. So they go in there. I could actually get more in there, but that's enough for travelling, battling. So that's that. Next, well, now we'll come to the whole crux of the matter. I've got two of these, and I've got one which won't need much. And that goes. Now it's empty. Goes for the tunnel. I'll get that one covered as well, I remember. Right. So, if we go across here, so you can actually see something. I'll try and do this as best I can. Right, you can see here. So here we've got the Confederate box, got the troops, all on the stands. These are all on one regiment, but they're on two separate bases. So this one's got the flag. You've seen all these figures before. I've used them plenty of times. But what I've basically done is, let's come up a little bit. We've got 10 sections, so we've got 10 regiments. Here, I've put in enough for a camp, some pup tents and some command tents. One wagon, because I always like to have supply wagons, even if it's just a token gesture. Here we've got one divisional commander on a square base with an aide-de-camp, and we've got 3 brigadier generals to command brigades. So that's our command. We've got 2 bases of skirmishers. We've got, let's see if you can bring it closer to see. We've got 6 bases of artillery in the box. I've only included 2 limbers, even though there's 6 cannon, because, well, they take up too much space, and 2 limbers is enough to to show that guns are moving on a road or something, being towed. I don't need one for every gun. I can live without that. So that's that. And finally, we've got cavalry, and I've got three regiments of cavalry mounted, and at this end 2 regiments of dismounted cavalry. So that's my army in a box. So each army's got 10 regiments, a camp, a supply train, its command officers, a couple of skirmishers, 6 artillery pieces, a couple of limbers, 3 mounted cavalry and 3 dismounted cavalry, and it's exactly the same. I'll move across here for the Union, and they all fit nicely into these 25 compartments. Yeah, I could have suppose got a bit more infantry and I don't know, maybe took less cavalry, maybe got rid of the tents or the supply, but I like to have all them in. I'm looking at small battles if I'm just going on a travel job. So I would have thought 10 regiments on each side if you was going to have a battle that big. I mean, 4 regiments basically to a brigade, isn't it really, or it could even be 3. So we've got enough brigadiers, and we've got a divisional general as well. So that's it. The back, well, it's not quite empty. I'll show you what's in the pocket. Put that back, close it. I'll put them away in a moment. Is this one? That was in the pocket, and this is Battles with Model Soldiers by the great Don Featherstone, because I intend to do a retro wargaming series using Don's rules from the late 70s, I think, but it might be early 80s, and I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm not going to be able to read if it's. I won't bother going to get. What does it say there? Can I see that? It looks like, yeah, first published 1970. So I'm going to be going through that. I'm going to be doing some of the rules. Well, I'm only going to be doing the rules for. It's specifically concentrated on the American Civil War in one chapter, but he was using what we all used to use back then, and that was the 1/72 scale figures. I used to buy the Airfix figures, and I'm sure in the US you would have had your Atlantic or your IMEX, the same thing. And but he used them. But I'm going to have to slightly modify casualties and things, because he just removed figures. I'm going to be ripping figures off my bases, so I'll come up with some other system for that. But that's a series planned for the future. That's retro gaming, and also I shall couple that in with small table gaming, where we're looking at, if you are lucky enough to have an 8x4 table, or even a, say, 5x3 kitchen table. Well, you might have access to it, but you won't have it all day. The wife's going to tell you to clear your rubbish off so she can lay out dinner. So I'm looking at a piece. I just had a piece upstairs of hardboard, and it's 30 inches long, or maybe 32, by 24 wide. It's actually the back of a poster, what you hang on the wall, that just taking the plexi out and the frame off, and it's just a hardback piece of hardboard. But that would be perfect and give you a nice, for 6mm anyway. So I'm going to use that for small battles, do a series on small battles, probably incorporating it with Don Featherstone's rules in this here book. So that's it, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching. One last look at the back before I fill it all back up again. I don't think I've forgotten anything in there. I think I've got everything that I really need in there. But if I think of anything else, I can put it in. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye for now.